Sweating, okay. Should I host a multiplayer one? Players 24. Join queue size 5. Visibility, yes. Battle eye, yes. Crossplay. Yes. Capture and hold. Conflict Evron. Um Chat. Free real estate, baby. I'm spelling this wrong. I took a screenshot. The twitch.tv / what's my handle, chat? What's my handle? Oh, I can go fucking faded in a hoe. Holy shit. Um okay. Okay. Shit. Okay. Shit. No, 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 no. I know what it is. It's kilo underscore TTV. I'm pretty sure that's the handle. My handle? My handle? No, 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 no. Physics, maths. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm fucking stupid, bro. I'm fucking stupid. Anyway. Where? I forgot how I see my handle, chat. Content dashboard? Oh, no, I'm fucking stupid. I'm just gonna copy this. Why am I trying to put an emoji in there? What am I doing? Copy. There we go. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna add a few mods. Mainly we got 26 mods. I wish I could use my use the fucking. Oh god, I got a buzz on my phone. That's probably Twitch saying that I'm live right now. God damn it, I can't get this mic to stay in the like close enough so that it can Okay, I now have to do the recycling. Anyway, wow, these are not in the right. These are in download order. No. Yeah, they're just fucking. They're not in the right order. God damn it, bro. Nah, nah, no shot. Nah, fuck it. I'm not gonna host. I'm just gonna. I was gonna host so that people can join and then I could like teach people how to do it. I'm just gonna go into a conflict game mode and we're gonna show people how it's done. There is literally no one online on any servers right now. Yes, WCS is always full, but I'm not gonna join WCS because it's just chaos and loudness. So, obviously, why am I booty butt naked right now? It will lag for a little bit until we got the map, until we got everything downloaded. One or more items could not be loaded and were skipped. That's fine. I'm booty butt naked. If I can't build an arsenal, I'm gonna be pissed. Obviously, this one weight is going to apply. We're just gonna. Okay. We're going to have to be rolling. Oh, the intervention is gone as well. I can't even quick drop stuff. Okay. I guess we're going in booty butt naked. We can steal. Oh, no suppressor. Oh. Oh, chat, we're cooked, bro. We're fucking cooked. Where should we go? I'm gonna go up here, the town one first. Because attacking the base without a sniper is insanely difficult. Do we have, what binoculars do we have? We don't have rangefinders. Great. There's a helo there. Okay. Attacking the base without, there is a back road. We can go. Like, usually you cut through the woods, maybe. We could do that. We could always do that. Although, I'm fucking booty butt naked right now. Okay. This was not the intention for the stream. The intention for the stream was to kind of teach armor forger skills and coach, like. However, we are here booty butt naked in Naked and Afraid. That's the show. So we're just gonna capture one of these points real quick. We'll be really quick with it. However, because we don't have a sniper, we don't have anything that can help us in any way. However, I'm pretty sure if I enabled all mods, it would crash instantaneously and would not work. So we're playing it safe, because I'm not going through individually, just to host a server which only has like forest, which only to host a server which might not work, and no one will join. But anyway, holy shit! Someone's at my door, chat. Hold up. Okay, chat. Apparently it was a birthday gift. Fuck knows. Fuck knows. Exactly. Anyway, back to it. Oh. Whoa. Okay. Does it look framey or like... My Wi-Fi is ass, so it's gonna be ass. Just because... Okay, we're gonna walk, anyway. How many mags do we have? 7. We have 7 mags. Yeah, we're gonna be firing bursts because we only have 7 mags. Fuck it, we'll fire single shot. We have no suppressors, no mags, and no clothes. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. Pain in my fucking dick. I was gonna try and be like, ooh, tactical, like this is the proper way to clear a building, this is the proper way to use a magnifying scope, this is the proper way to assault a position, like all of that. But I guess we're just going naked and afraid. Because I need Sergeant to build an arsenal, which is fucking bullshit, I have to say. Sergeant to be able to customize your loadout? I don't know why I'm using the bushes as cover. Don't do that. Don't use bushes as cover. Use buildings, solid objects. So right now, the coast is clear, so I'm going to move into this building. We want to stay low, away from any windows. So if anyone sees you through a window, you can... I was going to do like Black Ops training. Okay. We can check out the window real quick. If you're checking your map, you want to stay low and kind of covered from all angles. Okay. So right now, this is a big fence. The animation for jumping of the little fence is less than the big fence. So if preferably you want to jump the big fence, you want to jump the big fence, you little fence. Okay, they know I'm here now. which is not good. He didn't hit me in my vest, which means we're good. I have a... Ooh, bayonet. Okay, they're going to start shooting at where the shot's coming from. Now, obviously, because they're dumbass AI, they're not going to take too much care, but they will care about gunshots. If you spurt out a loud gunshot, they will come after you. Which means they're probably going to die. Soon. Sooner or later, I'm going to die. Now, obviously, big fence, you don't want to climb it. Although you do want to see this guy over there. And shoot him dead. Okay. Good, there's another guy in the field. Shoot him dead too. Reload! Even if you have, like, 1 or 2. Now, obviously, we want to cut down on animation time. Animation climbing time where you're not going to be able to shoot. So there we climb the bricks. Useful stuff like that. Always, that makes it always good. In some games, for adding stuff like that. We are really heavy right now. 20... There we go, that should be good. He didn't have saline, but... He moved into the building. So that guy pushed the point where we were. So now he's just airing out the building real quick. Because that's what they do. They like to pre-fire you, so be careful of that. Other than that, we can kind of keep a little eye out on... Now that we know there's some dudes there, just keep an eye out. Oh, door. Check it. He's gonna walk... He's gonna walk out through that door. Obviously that shooting narrowed down their location of me a little bit. So we always want to keep on the move. But not dangerously on the move. We want to keep lightly on the move. Little elevation so we can see what's about. Close the door that we came in through. We don't want to shoot through the window because the sound of glass breaking will give away our location. However, our gun is not suppressed. I would be usually running a suppressed weapon for such reasons, so we can get behind this. Obviously the bush is not good. But we can see the tent. That's our goal. The tent is our goal. And because there's a bush here, jump this fence. It's safer to jump that fence than to stay in the open. Check this garden. You see there's a cracked fence, which means we don't have to climb the next fence. Before we go out there, we're going to hold that while we push around. Open the gate. Check down the road. Here there's no... They're fucking searching in that building right now. So, the fact that we're not capping right means there's people nearby. Obviously. No way, so come out this door. See. Let them walk right past. Don't engage, because there's 2 of them. You don't want to engage them. Straight away. You want to grab a view of them. And then engage. Grab a clear, nice view. There they were running left to right. There, if they started running a little faster, you could still get them. We're going to get more engagement from over there. However, nothing major. There we go. That should be most of them down for now. Okay, never mind. We can kind of, if it's safe and clear, both ways, which it was, because we checked through that fence, we can kind of peek our head out here. I'm also pretty sure it's a war crime to wear the colors of the other crew, but I don't, the other team. However, I don't believe that has substantial evidence when you're wearing ghillie suits and shit. Or camo, really. So here we're just going to check the corners, check the, I don't know what I'm saying. And then we're going to kind of push in. Warious of, like right now the bush is our cover. They can't see through the bush, so we're going to use that as the cover. You stay in the ditch like it's a trench. Remember, trenches can be dangerous. And then contact on there, and then I got hit. Woo! Okay. We obviously missed a dude when we were checking that area. It's very common, easy to happen. Somehow I'm not bleeding out of my tuchus. Or am I? I don't know. I'm unconscious. Don't know whether I'm bleeding or not, but... No. We clearly missed a guy as we moved out into the open and started firing. He's right on top of me, aren't he? Yep, there it is. Yeah. If you're dead, if you're unconscious in the open, the chances are you're not going to get very far when you get back up. Even if you weren't bleeding, if you get back up in the open, you're cooked, bro. It's over for you. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of more about setting up bases. Clearly, we have... If you're playing solo conflict mode, there is many things you can do. Obviously, with vehicles and stuff. Radio relay just doubles the amount of resources you gather. Obviously, supply depots are useful as well. And a heavy vehicle. If I can place it down. There we go. Eventually... these supplies are going to come back. Right now we have 1,000. We have 175. Once I stopped, they came back just a little bit. There was 10. So it's around about 10 every 10 seconds. So 1 a second, pretty much. Other than that, you want to get the radio relay down. It doubles that to 2 every second. Maybe like 20 every 10 seconds. I don't know the precise amounting because I haven't timed it before, but I know it's roughly that. Some game modes, if you're trying to play zombies, you want to get infrastructure down before you start pushing. But I think that push right there was a decent enough push. You got enough enemies out of the way where you can now drive your vehicle straight into the position. Right, so that basically you can drive your vehicle straight into the position. You might get shot at, but you'll be safe. You won't take tons of fire. There won't be people on turreted machine guns. They'll be trying to defend the point. Obviously, this is against the AI rather than against them. So we're gonna push back to that point. We're gonna clear it out. We're gonna hopefully capture it. I did kill a guy after I got back up. We got lucky there. He wasn't looking at me. If he was looking at you, however, if it was a real person, they would have shot you while you were down. There's no getting away from that. However, because it's an AI, they can't shoot you when you're down because that's obviously a war crime. However, they can shoot you as soon as you get back up. So be very careful about that. Do we have any WCS vehicles? No, we don't. I was kind of hoping that we could get a WCS, the rally car, because that thing's good for pushing assaulting points. However, it's unfortunate we have to take the Humvee, and I'm still butt naked. We're corporal though. With vehicles, you want to get moving as soon as you start the engine. The engine's loud, proud. It's going to alert people of your positions. It even alerts the AI of your position. But if you're going fast enough, their algorithm or something, whatever you want to call it, it kind of gets, if you're going fast enough, it gets kind of like pushed back, so the vehicle, they think the vehicle is further back than it actually is, so they won't shoot at you if you're going fast enough. However, there's objects in the road to stop you. I don't know, I'm just yapping at this point in time. We can we get better by there is What am I saying, bro? I lost my train of thought. So yeah, right now, what I'm gonna do, mowing down fields of enemies with a machine gun is not always the best answer. Here, I'm not gonna take the main road. However, I am gonna kind of go. We know the point is kind of where that big tree is over here. So we want to park the vehicle. Turn the engine off to hopefully not destroy a tree. And get out. They've obviously seen and heard me now. So we want to be very careful. I find cover. There's a big wheat field in the way. So we can't see much of the point. However, if we get on top of the gunner. Obviously, not always recommended in some situations. Because look, there's a tree right in the way. Now, and that was not my intention. However, it's going to draw them towards the machine now. It's going to draw them towards the Vic now. Which obviously, that's going to draw them towards me. However, if we can make the push right, then they will get drawn out without seeing me. But that is if we make a push correct. That's the nest tent. That's the actual tent. So we just want to headshot this guy real quick. That was a shoulder shot, not exactly what we wanted, huh? See that he went down? I really hope that I hit him there. Which I have. Succeeded with. Which obviously that shows me that there's more because they start shooting. Anyway. They're doing what is called suppressive fire. So obviously their intention is shooting towards me, hoping that I would get scared. There's the bullets. Obviously it works a little bit, however I moved in a certain direction. Most normal players, they won't suppressive fire you. I don't. I don't waste bullets where it's necessary. I like to shoot. I like to use rules of engagement, so I only shoot targets which are a hostile threat to me. However, some occasions do accord for blind firing people. However, I do believe that was the only... No. Okay. We're going to use push cover. So we're going to push using cover. Obviously. There. Big fuck up right there. That was a big fuck up. I was too busy. I killed that guy. I didn't continue assessing the situation around me. Blah, blah, blah. Simple mistake. Now he's going to be on top of my body. Which obviously means we now know the last guy is kind of north of the 10. However, I'm alive. Fucking bitch ass. Okay. Yeah, that's what if you get unlucky enough to get up while they're looking at you. The radio relay also expands the amount of points you can push. I don't know, there's some metal screeching outside. The amount of points you can push kind of doubles. I don't know, do we still have the intervention? Because no, it's an RPG slot. So we can't carry an intervention. We can't carry a secondary weapon in this one, which is unfortunate. Some really loud ass noise out there, huh? We're gonna grab a Jeep. It's fast little vehicle. However, I do believe I'm still corporal. Fuck. My bog standard is unlock the vehicle, because if any teammates need to use it, then they will go ahead and just fucking you on it. If I die, the teammates can use the vehicle. Obviously, the game has basis in place for when you die, the vehicle automatically unlocks. However, I do believe that if I'm down, they can still take the vehicle. In some cases, I don't unlock the vehicle, but that's always by fluke accidents. Anyway, when driving, I recommend to drive in Third person? Third person? Yeah, press. This is first, third. Driving third person, you can see more. That's all. However, if you want to be realistic, like an RPG game, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push in on the main road. There shouldn't be anyone on the main road. This window is bulletproof to 9mm, and all of the front metal is. So anything over that caliber, we're just fucking dead. I usually leave the handbrake on, but not in this moment because we're rushing into a point where there is a chance of hostile enemies nearby. So, we're going to kind of push up we're going to climb over this fence real quick. Nice and simple. Okay. Now what we did last time is we pushed up through this ditch. Obviously, I believe there is a dude up in the tree line above. Whether he stayed there or not is a good question. However, I see a dude. I see a dude. I see a dude. God, I'm shaking too much. There we go. And he's down. I don't know whether he's down, or whether he's just down. However, we're going to continue, keep up searching the area. Obviously, cover would be applicable here. Cover, this sandbag. Sandbags are really good at absorbing bullets. So if you want to hide behind anything, hide behind a sandbag. Obviously here I'm using focus to be able to enhance the detail of most areas. However, I do believe that is the last guy that we needed to kill. We are going to cap this point. Obviously here they have specific stuff like their map, the FIA map. If you check if that was... Obviously, it doesn't work. However, with some mods, they it will show extra like FIA coordinations. Like it will show some mods will show where the other AI NPCs are, because obviously that's some mod. If I use my map, you can see where I am. However, if there was other players here, you would be able to see where they are. I think that's a mod as well, though. But stealing enemy stuff, like if there was an arsenal here, take a radio. Take a enemy radio before you cap the point. Enemy radios, they're always good. I don't know why I had 2 binoculars, however. Enemy radios are always a good, fun thing to steal. You know, they are always a nice to listen upon the enemy's whereabouts. But other than that, there's not much. Oh, I need a compass because there's not one at the bottom of my screen. So yes, west. That is west. That's north. So that is up towards the airfield. And where are we looking? That where I died was west. Okay. So if we check on the map, obviously up towards the airfield is more west than I thought it was, or northwest. So, okay, here's another thing. Points like this, they're radio relays. You will, instead of having to capture them like this, where you just stand in the area for a long time, a lot like Call of Duty or Battlefield, yeah. Radio relays, they require you to come up to this thing. Let's actually put the gun down. Come up to this thing and just hold F on it to reconfigure the radio. They take a lot less time than most points. Like there's one up there. But you have to take the little bit. Usually they're undefended. However, I do believe in this one they are defended. We are going to be trying to take the whole map. Now, it's obviously important to note, 5 points is what we need to win the game. Now, these points are only the pink, purple points. The points that are in purple. So obviously we'll have to push coastal Richmond. We'll have to push California, Reactor, Concord, and Denver. Obviously, we need 5 of them. So Reactor, California, Richmond, Concord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. So here we can stay very south of the map. However, we're going to need to run supplies and shit. All that important stuff. Lovely, jovely, good stuff. So right now, if we were going to... we want to seize Kentucky, seize Nashville, and then California. We want to do it in that particular order. We want to take both of these points before we take California. I wish I could draw like it's a scribble line. However, you could just go straight to California. That's always an option. What are we? We're still fucking corporal. Okay. We'll go to California. We'll go to the next point. You could always go straight to California. However, there is going to be AI by the fuck ton over there. So be careful. Can I carry... I don't want to carry that. Well, actually, we can take a secondary weapon. That does not fit in my backpack. That's bullshit, bruh. That's fucking bullshit. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So now we're going to push or move to another location. We're going to move to... we're going to head to Kentucky. When we... Oh, shit. When we get to California... so you're not going to push these because there's AI there, and they'll shoot you while you drive by to California, which is obviously not good. We're going to take California. We're going to skip Quarry. However, I do believe there's going to be a lot of roadblocks on the way there. So we'll skip Quarry. We'll place a radio relay there, which will skip us straight to the radio tower. And then we'll go, if I clear all of these, we'll go from California to the radio tower, then to Kansas, then Vermont, and then Reactor. Because blah, 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 that is the safest, most strategic option. Obviously, we'll have to clear this road out but that is going to be the best way, probably the quickest way, definitely, to capping points, especially if you're slow at killing enemies, like clearing bases. That's definitely a big problem. So right now, to the next point, there is going to be enemy troops, I'm guessing like infantry troops, along these roads. Along this road especially. And maybe this road. But here and here. So, the roads in red, there's a chance for there to be AI. On the road, no roadblocks, but on the road. Here, okay, we've run out of red. How do I clear it? I don't know. However, this road is definitely going to have a roadblock. Same with there's going to be one here. So theoretically, what we want to do is we want to kind of go through the woods. Kind of cut through the woods. So what I'm going to do is we're going to play... We're going to... Obviously, we want to rush into the points. However, as you can see, we're left with an option. Both roads, there's going to be contact. There's a chance of contact. This road is the most open, and we can see down it the furthest. So we're going to go this way. Once we get to a point where we can't really see further down the road, see that there's AI there. So, here. We're going to slowly go around this corner. Nice and slowly. And then, depending on how far we are, we might just park it here. We are still pretty far. So we're going to keep going for a little bit. However, we might go off-road, because there is cover down here. However, the point is... Yeah, I already see it. And I'm already getting shot. Yep, there it is. Not so inconspicuous now. However, that was the best option. Okay, I'm getting buzzers on my phone. However, that was definitely the best option because I was not expecting this much contact in the town. Seems as the town is it's a little way away from the point. I was definitely not expecting this much contact. What I'm gonna do is AI cannot open doors, however they can go through opened doors. I'm actually pretty sure these AI can open doors. However, the zombies, if you're playing zombies can't open doors. They can bust down doors. Okay, we're out. You get cover, reload real quick. And magnify. Okay, we're gonna move up. We might want to steal one of their clothing. Obviously, clothing's not a big deal, but if you're playing on a server with no name tags. How did you eat all my bullets? Okay. Yeah, if you're playing on a server with no name tags, that was a bad idea. Reload. They've only got a pistol here in the town, so we're gonna be careful. Even though it's only a pistol. This guy, here, has an AK. Yeah, they might carry, they're gonna carry different stuff to the normal AI, but obviously we want a pistol, and I want to take this ugly ass sweater off. Bro, fucking die already. There we go. Obviously you can take AI prisoner if you've got zip cuffs. See, I don't have them here. In this game mode. This guy is dead as fuck. What's in here? Some magazines. I'll take them. There we go. Taking some grenades and some mags is not always the best shout. Anyway, every town is going to have some sort of civilians in it. They will. I don't know what their rules of engagement are, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as the base military guys. Okay, we're gonna now need to push up to this road up here. We gotta push on foot because I'm not taking a Vic. As that's just gonna tear away my position, and we're close enough we can walk. So we're gonna slowly walk up. Sometimes you don't even need to run up. However, if you are impatient, you run. Sometimes you can just stand still for a little bit. You won't see. We'll just check where we are. It's literally at the top of this hill, which means we gotta keep an eye out. You stay. You see, there's a fuel tank right there behind that bush. That means there's going to be. Means there's infrastructure. Unless that's no, that's just a map prop. Obviously, you gotta be able to tell the difference between map props and buildings by the FIA. Obviously, the FIA is the military team, if you would say. See, look, roadblock right there. That's a built structure. Obviously, we can use that for a little bit of cover, but there is barbed wire, so we don't want to get too close. Okay, I completely whiffed that shot. Okay, and I got hit, and I'm down. Oh, that was... Okay, that was not good at all. Am I Sergeant now? Please tell me I'm Sergeant. Am I bleeding? Yeah, no, I was bleeding the fuck. I'm just gonna respawn. There's no point. Getting up there, they were just gonna kill you as soon as you get up. God, there's 3,000 supplies there. Wow, okay. Yeah. See, it's gonna be a lot like that. Because every time you play Conflict Everon, the map is different every time, and we're still Corporal. We're still fucking Corporal. I can't even run supplies because there's enough supplies everywhere else. You need Sergeant. Okay. You need Sergeant. It's fucking bullshit. Can we spawn a Big Vic? I want to spawn a Big Vic. Big Vic. Big Vic. Something big, something with a lot of armor. Hopefully, I don't know what we have. Because I just threw some mods on. I didn't even test what mods that worked or not. So we're going to hope that we can get something with a lot of armor. We can just drive around for a little bit, around the point, run some people over. That's always fun. That's definitely... That's not a good tactic, because some of these... the military, sometimes they have rocket launchers and shit. Obviously, we've got a slot for a rocket launcher. However, I will be using that when we get the arsenal. I will literally just pack in an RPG because I know exactly what guns we have. Usually I would get a command truck, although we need sergeant for that. So what I'm going to take is an arsenal truck. Now, obviously, if you're stuck without an arsenal, obviously this is the best idea. You can open the arsenal. Look at that. Magical, wonderful, whimsical, even. We can now swap our gun out for a better gun, a better weapon. Or we can just slap on some attachments to this firearm. Apparently there is no attachments for the firearm. It's literally just guns and mags. Okay. It's just guns and magazines and some outfits. Some fits. Okay. I will be taking... Not a pilot suit. I don't want a pilot suit. I will take... flak shirt. And... Really? No attachments? That's kind of bullshit. What do we want? We just grab some trousers as well. And we need medical stuff. Is there made? Hold up. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, chat. So recently my playstyle has evolved. So that I like using these kind of scopes now. High magnification, you can get a good sense of where the enemy is. Okay, well that was just fucking plain old stupid. I'm just gonna spec this out real quick. Usually just shovel stuff into my inventory. However, using this arsenal truck is not the easiest thing to do. However, that does not work. Okay, I was gonna add a suppressor to this loadout. However, just fuck it. I don't need it. You can take active ammunition. We'll do that. Usually it's a lot faster. 14, 15. There we go. There we go. That's better. Hopefully I can get another Vic, because I'm going to leave that here just to be just a precaution thing in case I never make it to Sergeant and I want a vehicle. Nope, we're on cooldown. How long on cooldown is that? 80 seconds. Yeah, okay, never mind. I do believe that we will make Sergeant, so we'll just take this. We'll just take this. Fuck it. Let's be funny, shall we, chat? If we check the map, we're gonna follow this road the other direction this time, in hopes that we actually make it somewhere. Obviously, that was the base. They're trying to shoot at me from the other base. We're gonna have to grab a sniper and push over there sometime soon, or a DMR or some shit. Throw something in the backpack. In a backpack if we can. We'll take this road to here. Yep. And they had a few roadblocks around their kind of main base. So we're gonna be careful going up. However, we can't even get up this hill. Sometimes that's a no in victories like this, up steep hills. However, apparently not. If you, by the way, if you hold shift or your sprint key in vehicles, in controller, sprint key, shift on keyboard, you can full throttle. Say this is without shift, this is with shift. It's very, doesn't do much, but it does enough to speed your vehicle up. Just give it, and as you see in the bottom corner, present preset whatever it says, full throttle. It just means you got full throttle on. We're not even carrying anything. There's no supplies in this thing. I thought it would be a little quicker than this, but no. Obviously, guns to not run is the SCAR, because with the SCAR, when you lie prone, and then you scope in, and then if you like lean while you're going to prone, it will break the scopes. So the scopes on like the left side of your screen. It's kind of really annoying. However, I found that it only happens on the SCAR. Now you see that there's enemies now in front of me. We're now going to engage from behind the truck. The truck is our cover, as it is pretty good cover in this situation. However, using this magnified scope, even though it wasn't zoomed in at all, it was really helpful. Now we need to push up, as there's no cover other than this big old truck. We kind of need to move to the other side of the truck to assess the situation from here. Obviously, if the truck is taking most of the bullets, there is an option you can lie underneath the truck. And sometimes people don't shoot at the bottom of the trucks or anything. If you want to scope it out like this, you can. As you can see, many options. Assaulting on a position. Obviously, this gun is not my go-to gun. It is definitely not my go-to gun. My go-to gun is using a separate mod, the Bacon mod. Bacon M4, that's my go-to, definitely my favorite. It's a pretty good one. It's not the best, but it's decent, you know. Now the gunfire is stopped. The AI... Okay, I spoke to you. When the gunfire does eventually stop and calm down, the AI will kind of come to their senses and start moving towards the position where the initial gunshots come from. However, I don't believe They actually know what they're shooting at right now. That's a dude. I shot him in the back and he lived. That is bullshit. So we're gonna move up dynamically. Dynamic movement. Obviously. That bullet hit right in front of me. You can tell because of how loud the fucking impact was. There are a lot of people in bushes, huh? They like sitting in bushes. I'm guessing there's a dude behind that tree. As he is literally just hitting the tree. In that case, sometimes it would call for suppressed fire, but you can see that was plain A stupid. The recoil on this thing is too much, which is why, oh god, fucking broken leg. And I don't have any medical supplies. Whoop-de-doo. Reload. We can discard this mag. We're not too cautious about magazines right now. However, sometimes, like Secret Service, they like to keep their mags on them at all times as like a trail, so they don't follow you. Some bullshit like that. The gunfire has stopped. For no reason in particular. Might be reloading or something. Which means, and there is no other cover here. So we're going to push up with the truck. This is a last resort type thing. If there's no cover to move to, in particular, they will instantly fire upon this truck. If they're alive. Close the door. Close. They will, if they see this truck moving, they will instantly fire upon it. But it gives us a little bit of view of how many people are down there. There's like 3 or 4, as we've seen. So we're going to move up to this forest, as we can now have a little better, more cover, hopefully. And a little bit of view on what the situation is. So you can see, I probably got the guy that was in that bush in front of us. Which, obviously, we knew there was a guy there, so we don't want to push over there until we completely know that it's safe. He is going to, like, sit down. Which we want to get the guy that walks in front of him. That guy was stupid in our peripheral vision. Very incompetent. We now got 3. We saw 3 while we were driving over. However, there is probably more. I don't know why bro sat down while after the truck moved to gain a better position, but who knows, they're AI. They do what they want. Okay, we're going to move up slowly and carefully, cautiously. Locating the tent while we did. Well, like, there we go. While in cover. Obviously, the main tent is the main focus right now. And there's going to be more NPCs or people at the tent. The tent is usually the hotspot for activity. However, I see no contact right now. Contact. Reloading. Just kind of skinny, hide behind the tree as much as you can while reloading. Fool went out in the open again. If I was him, you would move behind that tree. Trees aren't perfect cover, but they are. You make do with what you have. That guy was just playing dumb. After hearing gunshots, do you A, run in the open, B, walk in the open, or C, find cover? The answer is C. Obviously, now that I'm capturing the point, that happened without me doing anything, which means there's more people nearby. See, look, it just went away, and I caught a glimpse of him. See, this is tactics you want to be using, because you have to be a certain distance on the tent to be able to start capping it. Shows you that there's someone near the tent. That's why sometimes you want to stay away and snipe. He just went around the back of the tent, so we can guess that he's going to come out front of the tent. There it is. And we take him down. That was probably one of the easiest takedowns I've ever done. Is our injury healing? It's improving. Obviously, now that we are capturing the point, we can push up dynamically using cover, staying near the tent, however, so that it continues capping. Clearing these kind of shrubbery and bushlands as we go. I don't know whether this is entertaining or not. However, it certainly would be something that I would want. Getting better gameplay at Armor Forger. And there we go. Now we're in the tent. We have assessed the situation around us. It's clear that there are no more enemies. However, we are not capping no more. Just not a good thing. What was Brody doing? Is my first thing. What the hell? Bro saw the littered dead bodies around and just thought, yeah, let me look up to the stars rather than running away. However, props to him for sticking with it, you know. Anyway, you just want to, if you're in the tent, you want to keep a keen eye on the bar up top. Obviously, if it goes away, there's someone nearby. Blah, blah, blah. There's someone contesting you. That's like simple gibberish, you know. While we wait. I want to get at least 2 pink points, purple points. So we're going to go to California. And then reactor. I don't want to go to Richmond. Richmond is a shit point to push. The fucking worst point to push is Richmond. If you have to push a point, do not push Richmond or Coastal Base unless you have an APC or an armored truck. That point is hideous for pushing. Anyway, we are now sergeant, so we'll go. I'll walk you through making custom loadouts and what you need, what you should, what is important to carry and what is not important to carry. Obviously, 15 mags is not important to carry. However, I have them. Oh, fuck. There we go. So obviously this is an enemy base, so you can't open the build menu. However, you can do some things, i.e. check the point for supplies, which is what I did. So that proves that so obviously I see we have supplies, which means when we capture the point, I'm gonna build a base and spawn in a vehicle. Obviously we still have the truck that's up there, which is probably a good idea once to capture this. Go get some night vision, because now it's night time. With picking night vision, you want to keep it to a singular method. You need one choice for night vision. Clarity. There's different variations to night vision. Obviously, there's clarity, color, the amount of vision FOV you have with that night vision, and then obviously there's luminancy if it emits a light or anything that people can see under ultraviolet or infrared, which is usually what night vision uses is IR. Obviously, right now it is pitch fucking black, and I do not have a flashlight or anything. So we're gonna have a little fun with that, finding the truck in the night if it's still there, if it hasn't despawned. I'm hoping it hasn't despawned. So we're gonna push back to that, grab a night vision. I like to use not amber. Amber is dog shit. Although it has good clarity, it is a bad color. Green night vision is the best color and clarity. No, not the best color, but the best clarity. Green night vision is the best clarity. However, it's an intermediate color. And then obviously, if you want the best color, it's white night vision. No, white night vision, but it has the worst clarity, if that makes sense. Obviously, picking night vision, you want the 4-1. Obviously, I can't see jack right now. I don't have a flashlight. God damn it. I'm going to turn all these off. Make it a little bit more what I can see. I can see better on my fucking OBS than I can in game. Anyway, usually quad lenses, they give you the most FOV. Single lenses is the least FOV. It's literally just a circle. So if you can grab a night vision, go for quad and green. I'm gonna run to where I think the truck is. However, I did park it right in the open. This is what you see without night vision. I'm gonna show you what you see with night vision. Is my leg still broken? My leg is perfectly fine. Hopefully the truck is still up here. I don't have a flashlight. I need a flashlight. Is this the truck? Nah, bro, where's the truck? Nah, it's just black, chat. It's just black. I can't see jack. Can't see jack shit, bro. Okay, it was probably up here more, unless it despawned. It probably despawned. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's not it. It definitely is. It's cooked, chat. Obviously, I want night vision so bad. So we're gonna go back to main operation base. MOB is the short version for it. And we're going to build a loadout. This loadout costs 0, right? 0 spawn cost, or 300, but it costs 0 MOB. If you want to spawn at MOB, it's 0 supply cost. However, if you want to spawn at any elsewhere, it is hideously expensive. So make sure you have a radio relay down before you play there. Okay. We can build a little bit. There we go. Cannot see a thing right now, chat. It's just black and white. Anyway, we're gonna grab night vision. Yo! Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. I don't know why it plays the explosive. It plays the sound, but it doesn't play the fucking video, which is just fucking stupid. But yeah, night vision. Oh my goodness. Oh god. Okay, clearly we need a higher rank for quad night vision, which means we're going to go with, we need this one, which, God, is it shit. However, look at that clarity. That is really good clarity, and then obviously you can have other stuff on top of it. I'm pretty sure we don't have the mod where you can scope in with night vision, no. So we're going to have to run a magnifier scope or a red dot on this gun. However, we can have fun with it. Here we go. Here's where you get to pick. I'm not going to use this gun. However, we do have fun other stuff like that named Carl. These are all the most common guns you will find in any server. These are WCS guns. You will find these in any singular server that you go in, as long as it's a good. If it's a good server, you see these guns, you know it's a good server. I'm now just yapping. Okay. Usually, I don't know. I'm gonna run, obviously, RPG slot, which is not great. An M4 of some kind is always the best. AKs, they've got way too much recoil. I used to run this, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I started, when I first played this game, I'd still butt naked, by the way. When I first played this game, I started with the CZ. The CZ 805. Obviously, we're just gonna fucking butt naked this shit. We're gonna start from the top with everything that you need to know. Obviously, when building a loadout, start with clothing. One of the most important things to keep you camouflaged and hidden. Playing. So, if it's a sand map, go for a sand. If it's like grassy natural map, go for that. And then if it's an open, like very open kind of map, like city kind of thing, go for black. If it's a city, go for black, and then you'll blend in the night a bit more. Obviously, things you want to avoid, these helmets with the band around them, you see the band, avoid those at all costs, because they have two glow-in-the-dark rectangles at the back of the band. They're called cat eyes. At the back, they will glow in the dark. So if you don't want to get spotted at nighttime from an enemy behind you, don't go those helmets. Popular helmets, go to the black ones. These ones. These are popular if you're running a city loadout. However, if you're running a night loadout, probably best to get up more foliage green. If you're gonna, don't run these, because these, if you try to put a cover on them, it will give the cat eye automatically. It's not good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run the foliage green. This one, you see we start with the base helmet because we don't want obviously it's all about looking good. Not really, I'm joking. But if you want to look cool, I like to go with this scarf. It hides more of your face. Although it does look a little goofy, it hides more of your face because it hides the nose as well. Some balaclavas don't hide the nose unless this one does. This one does hide the nose. But if you're running a ghillie suit, this one's definitely the best to run. Back with the night vision, we'll grab that one. But yeah, face also. With this one, we chose the one without headphones, so we can pick what headphones we want. Sometimes you'll want this one, where you can see the mic comes out in front, and that's probably what I'm gonna wear for this one. As long as it doesn't like clip with the helmet, you'll be good. Okay. We stop looking at these tighty whities, huh? Trousers, like literally anything you want, as long as it's long and reach down to the floor. So for that basis, you'll start with boots. You put the boots on, and as long as it goes down to the boots, you'll be fine. If it shows skin, then don't run it, because there is a chance that skin is very reflective in this game. So it will, if you're under night vision, you will. It's easier to see skin in night vision rather than clothes. So you want to wrap up a lot. In specific games where you don't have name tags, you will want to run armbands. If you don't run armbands, you're gonna get team killed a lot. And I mean a lot. Like a lot. So always run armbands if you're in a server where there is no name tags. Or else, you're just gonna have to suck up with being team killed. Obviously, I was running before I changed the loadout. I was running this one. Obviously, that's not usually the best. It's black. It's don't take that out of context. However, it is kind of, it's the desert ones. WCS have a thing with the desert camos stuff, so you kind of have to run the black ones to not stand out too much. Now, if you want the best plate rig, it's kind of one that doesn't make your arms look like so big. It's kind of contracted, but it also needs to cover a lot of your chest. And covering a lot of your chest includes this bit down here. If you're anything like me, if you aim anything like me, you'll know that down this section of your chest is the easiest part to shoot, because when you're aiming, you aim for the chest, right? Obviously, you try to aim for the head, but that's a small target, so you aim for the chest. The chest has the most armor. If you hit sideways on a person, you'll hit their arms. That's just how the game works. You will hit their arms rather than actually hitting their chest. If you get lucky and penetrate their armor, then you can get them in the chest. But if you can shoot down here, as long as they're not wearing one of these, you will kill them pretty quickly shooting down here, because it will show the hit as if you got hit in the chest. So, oh, there is camo ones. I'll be running this one then. Yeah. So, obviously, be careful about what chest plate you're running, because if you're from behind, you're gonna want to hide this up. So some chest rigs. These are rigs. These are plates, plate carriers, and then rigs. Some of them, they will have little butt covers, like stuff they're meant for when you sit down on the floor, if you're like sniping or anything, so you can sit down on the floor without having your for hours on end without hurting your ass. But yeah, no. Other than that, you wanna look for part where this is protected, because if someone shoots down here, it's gonna hit you as if you got hit in the chest. Simple. Shoes, kind of black shoes. Kind of keep them matte, not the shiny ones. Don't run the shiny ones; they'll be very, very reflective in the night vision. And then probably a backpack. If you're gonna run some servers, they won't let you keep the radio backpack as your main backpack. They won't let you run it in a save loadout. So just run a normal backpack. Sometimes you will want to run if you're sniping, run a smaller backpack, like one of these maybe. So it's more flat to your back. So when you are lying down in the shrubbery, it's harder to see your backpack. However, we are pushing, so we're going to take a nice heavy backpack. We will fill that with a lot of good shit. We are clearly now very heavy, which means what we want to carry needs to be very light. So it's only going to be like 10 to 12 mags and probably not even a rocket launcher. We're probably not even going to take a rocket launcher. Now, usually I like to run the Scar. 7.62 by 51 is a powerful fucking round. If you can, use the Scar. Although it does have that problem where the scope sticks to the left side of your screen. I still recommend it though. I still recommend the Scar. Even if you're, even if you don't like that issue where it gets stuck to the left side of your screen, just don't go prone. That's the only tip I can use for avoiding that. Just don't go prone. So today I'm gonna run the DO-MK18 or DO-M4A1. I'm probably gonna go with the M4A1, and then we're gonna customize it a little bit. Clearly, it's got this mag. I don't really like the mags with the bullets because you can't actually see what bullets you have, or like, I like this scope. This scope's really good, useful. If you're gonna run a laser, run this this one, the Person Classic Gen 4 Illuminator. It will work so much better than the blue laser because you can turn it. It's got IR mode. It's got all that good shit. It's got IR mode. IR mode is really the big seller for me. Bipod, you can. I want a little extra reach on the barrel, a little extra length to the barrel. However, if you're doing CQB, you want something nice and short. So if you're going CQB, I recommend trying to run this one. It literally has CQB in the name. The Block 2, the M4A1 CQB Block 2. If you're doing normal patrolling or out pushing, assaulting on a point, go for this one. If you're using a flashlight, I recommend using a flashlight which uses the I don't have the mod installed, but it's like the attachment attachment thing. However, I set my keybind to T for toggle light device. Obviously, that is in the base settings, base controls. That is under weapons, I'm pretty sure. Nope, it's not under weapons, which means it is under RHS. There we go. Toggle light device. RHS. Use the RHS ones. Don't use, if you're running RHS lasers, don't use RHS flashlights, because when you turn the laser on, it will turn the flashlight on, giving away your position. There is a different mod that adds a good, like a really bright flashlight. It's like attachment framework or something. It adds a really bright flashlight. I put that to Y. So when if you turn on your really bright flashlight, it's a different keybind to your really bright laser. Just keep that in mind. Keep your laser and flashlight on different keybinds. It will save you like a ton of deaths, especially in multiplayer. Not necessarily in I don't think NPCs can see lasers, especially not night vision lasers. So we're going to be running the night vision laser the whole time. The whole time that we're out here. Funnily enough, if you want to run MGs, don't run the M240B or the M60. They are dog shit. They are dog shit. Run the SAW. It has got better CQB action than, because these are long as fuck. They are so long. The length. It's better CQB that you run the SAW. And in some servers, the SAW has armor-piercing incendiary ammo like that one. But other than that, there's not much to it. Secondaries, I'm not going to run a secondary because we don't need one right now. And then, we don't. Oh, I have the drone mod installed. However, it won't let me use it, which is weird. So I'm gonna have to, if I wanted to use it, I would have to download a drone config, some servers, they have their own custom configurations for the drones. If you put that in as one of your mods, then it will work. What are these for? Oh. They're for the MK or the Smart Hip. I don't know. I think it's for this. You know, you can't Stinger and Javelin one-time use. Why is the Javelin not available? I don't know. If we run this, we're going. That's 2 kg. We might run it at the end, just to see. However, as I said, we have many mag options. When browsing through, perusing through mag options, I've never seen it like this before. There we go. When perusing through mag options, you either want to have the one with the most capacity, or you want the best looking one. Obviously, reload speeds, there is nothing to reload speeds. There is no difference between having a mag with a pull tab on the bottom than having the plain old flat scar mags. So I'm going to run the plain old flat scar mags as they are. Like, they're 30 rounds compared to 30 rounds. Windowed. I don't like the windows because they're not dynamic. They don't show how many bullets you actually have. If you're in real life, I would run a windowed mag. In real life, running windowed mags, you can easily tell how much ammo you have left without having to take the mag out, which is really useful. Obviously, yeah, good tactics. It's just you can always run one of these. These are nice. These are alright. They're not great. This one's a little better. I think we'll run this one. So, obviously there is an option for when you hold out your gun, take active weapons, weapon ammunition. So let me just, ooh. I thought it was going to work with night vision, but however no. So first we want to take medical first. You always take medical first before ammo, because it's better to live a gunshot than get shot, kill the dude that shot you, but not be able to live the gunshot wound. I know that Symphony just started streaming, so I'm probably going to drop viewers. Yeah. So I like to run between 6 and 8 bandages, depending on your weight requirements. Obviously, I'm 16 kilos right now. 2 saline bags. They are heavy, so yeah. And then 2 morphine, and if you have epinephrine, also 2 epinephrine. But obviously, we don't have epinephrine in this server. Well, I didn't pack the mod for it. For binoculars, we want the rangefinder ones without the lens cap, because the lens cap is... I don't know what the lens cap does. It's just better safe without a lens cap. We need a map as well. We want the we have the shovel. Wristwatch, so you can know what time of day it is. You have to right click that in there. Repair tool in case any vehicles get damaged. Which obviously all this stuff is putting up the weight limit with putting up the weight. Wire cutters in case you run into barbed wire. Obviously not a good thing. If you are in a server and you have the rank of Major or General, you can use the handheld GPS receiver with the range-finding goggles to drop nukes, pretty much. Not nukes, but cruise missiles. However, I don't even think I have that mod installed, so just forget it. But other than that, that is pretty much what you want to run. Shovel, map, repair tool, wire cutters, and a radio. That is all you need. That is pretty much the basic premise of what you need. Now, obviously, using the take active ammo, it doesn't sort it in your inventory properly. So I'm going to take 10. And then once 28 kilos, that's not bad, and it fills up that pretty good. Obviously, we got space in the pants for something else. If you want to run a tourniquet, you can. I find tourniquets aren't all that useful in actual scenarios. There we go. I wish I could have run the sniper loadout. Sniper's an extra slot for a sniper. However, oh. Something blocked my loadout from saving? What was it? The WX Flow 5... What? Is that the mag? No, what? Is it a piece of armor? Or clothing? Is it night vision? No. What the fuck? Black. Item blacklisted from loadout. Saving. 556k. Is that the mags? Oh, they're also windowed. Oh, it's the mag inside my gun. Is it? If we swap it with that one. And we just see. Does that save? No. Huh? Cannot save because rank is insufficient. One more. For one or more items. Whoa. I don't think I've seen that before. How about empty all my fucking magazines? Will it save? No. It's really weird. Is it the gun? It is, in fact, the gun. It was... Oh, I bet it's an attachment on the gun. What is the flow? Oh, it's the fucking suppressor. There, yeah, it was a suppressor. Unfortunately, we can't run that suppressor. That would have been my go-to suppressor, by the way, as well. Can we run this suppressor? Blacklisted is the flow, because somehow that is in my inventory. And yeah, nah. It doesn't like me and suppressors then, huh? It does not like me having a suppressor. So. Yeah, no, what the fuck? I've never seen this before. Issue with suppressors, huh? Sunflower, we'll try running the stubby one. Save loadout too. There we go, okay. We can run Mr. Stub. The stubby suppressor. We now need to take a bunch of ammo, which obviously, now that we're here, we can take the exact ammo that we want. 10 of these. And obviously I dropped my radio for no fucking reason. There we go. And then we grab a radio real quick. Obviously we don't need a radio in this game mode, but it is good practice to carry a radio. Save slot 2. Obviously if people are fucking yapping on the radio, press G and then you can mute with M. Obviously I don't know what that keybind is for controller players. However, that is something always good to run. Always good to do. Okay, heavy vehicle or light vehicle? We'll grab a light vehicle. We'll grab a, I'm pretty sure we are heavy as fuck. 27 kilos. We're gonna grab the, oh, it costs fucking rank. Bullshit. I was going to grab the one with the minigun on top. However, we're going to just have to fuck it and roll out normally in style. Okay. The designated map options is we're going to go to Nashville. Nashville and then California. God, this has taken me a whole ass hour and a half just to get 3 points. 2 points. 2 points in an hour and a half. That's crazy. There we go, okay. So to get to Nashville, we need to kind of follow the road, okay? Up, first left, and then follow the road. This thing is acting like it's heavier than the fucking truck that we drove earlier. God damn. we got one more hour of this shit. Hopefully. Okay, so take a left here. And then the chances of there being a roadblock to Nashville are 100%. There's going to be a roadblock on this road. One way or another. We are going to get shot at. Driving to that point, this point. I know it. You see lights in the distance? That's probably them. Yeah. There's something there. So as we see something, we grab out the binoculars and we're gonna see that that is just a tiny little roadblock. There's no one actually there. Obviously, we can check the map. That is Nashville. Literally, that town right there is Nashville. So we're gonna off the road after. Pretty sure I know exactly where we are. Yeah. The point is kind of close by actually as well. Okay. Because it's nighttime, they will not be able to see me running across this open field. Because they don't have night vision. That is the only good thing about these. However, they won't see a infrared laser. However, they apparently can see me. Why? I pressed. Holy shit, they're fucking... They saw me, which is crazy. I did not expect that. One bit. Which means we are now out of here. Suffering for our lives right now. Oh, we have a bipod on this, right? Count up with a bipod. Also, this suppressor is dog ass. All we can do is shoot in the right direction. This is worse than I thought it would be. So's this gun. Oh my goodness. This gun is not what I thought it would be. Okay, they can clearly see me. If he pushes me, I'm gonna be pissed. This is not tactical at all. Tactical or safe. This is not safe either. There he is. Ow! You fucking hit me again, bro. After I braided hundreds of bullets into your ass. This rock is the only thing protecting you right now. Everything else is out to get me. Get me out of here, bro. Damn. This might not even be a safe play either. I'm fighting for my life right now. God damn it. Let me mount on that. There we go. I saw someone jump the fence there. I don't know whether I could pen those walls. In those he's on the other side there. Okay. Well, this is not ideal. Great way to start this off, huh? If we had any of the other suppressors, the gun would be a little less silent. A little more silent. However, we don't have any of them. And we're stuck here. So our literally only resort right now is to jump this fence. It's not ideal. Anything. Oh my goodness, we need to do something. Obviously means this is what we can see now. And this is what we can see without it. Oh, my throat's kind of dry. I've been yapping too much. There's the point. There's probably a ton of AI out there somewhere. Can they see my red laser? This is the IR laser. This is the red laser. IR. I don't know what they can and can't see. They shouldn't be able to see my IR laser because they've not got night vision. I'm hearing consistent gunshots from this building, this direction, so even though we're capping, we don't want to go without questioning the gunshots. And they stop. See, reloading. I fucking nailed him in his ass. So if you're running a laser, oh, we don't have the mod. You want to run canted, like tilt your gun. Oh, they're all over there, bro. This is the fucking terrible gun. I thought this would be a little better. Literally, the fucking Scar is better than this thing. Okay, I'm just gonna capture the point now. I know I've cleared out a certain amount of AI. There's probably more. Do I have the emote mod? No, I don't. But I do have commanding and stuff. Obviously, so some servers there's an emote mod which is I've set my commanding. Obviously, there's certain things. If you're a group leader, you can open this menu, and you can tell if you've got friendly AI bots. I just saw something move up there. If you've got friendly AI bots, you can tell them what to do, and you can recruit people through that menu. Or if you hold the button, I'm just kidding. If you hold tilde, you get this menu. Or I think it's a different button. I think I changed it. However, I've changed it. So I think tilde was always this. However, I've set it to hold tilde is now this menu, which for this menu, if you hold out your binoculars and then open this, in some servers, you can click onto the binoculars, like you can click onto the gun and stuff. You can click onto the binoculars and you can call in, or actually, it's while you're looking down the binoculars. Yeah, there we go. And you can call in a fucking bomb or a resupply crate. Obviously, you need to be major, and you need 4 concurrent squad members. Obviously, we don't have that. We can get that, but other than that, that's fucking bog standard. I didn't mean to. I did a fucking shit job of leading my target right there. Ha. Yeah, we'll just go... I'll fucking capture this point and then that's it. And I'll be done. My throat fucking hurts like a motherfucker right now. So, who knows? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, we're getting shot at. This is not good. Probably gonna come in at me, huh? Yep. If it was daytime, I would have been able to see that motherfucker. But it's not. And this night vision is fucking dog shit. Because there is a mod where you can use it with scopes and stuff, and this scope is one that you can use it with. However, this dot is so fucking massive that it's bigger than... I don't know what he thought hiding behind a fence would do for him. However, they are coming in. You see, a cool thing with night vision there is his whole body was flashing bright. Obviously, that's the gunshots. That's him shooting. I might need to steal his gun very soon. It definitely helps for aiming, but I'm running out of ammo. I should have packed 15 rounds, 15 mags. Obviously, you don't live this much in a normal public lobby. Who knows? Fuck. For injuries, you see you remember I got shot in the arm twice. Morphine just helps that speed up the process. See, it had a red ring. Now it's flashing red and blue. That means the morphine's working its way and it will improve quicker. Other than that, that is the best way to tactically assault a point. However, the AI will hit you, because the AI in this game are so unpredictable and they just do the dumbest of shit that they're more likely to kill you. And so normal players, you just got to expect the unexpected, really. In assaulting a point, you want to stick with cover mostly. However, in servers with public players, do not stay in the tent. Find a place like in here, hide in here. You got a good view. It's dark in here, so you can't see in, and you'll be capping nicely with a good view of the outside. That's a good. Hide in a nearby building. Don't go in the tent, because you can shoot through the walls of the tent and blast anyone that's inside of it. Obviously, not a good idea to hide inside the tent. Do hide inside this building, or buildings like this, because from the outside is just black. You cannot see in at all. Unless you shine a laser in there, it will hit something. But other than that, you cannot see in there. But my last two mags are half-empty mags. We're gonna have to. Oh, great. Yeah, look at me here. I'm fucking done. My throat hurts. God damn. Anyway, Oh shit. Thank you, Grim60, for the follow. Greatly appreciated. If you did watch the whole thing, props to you, because goddamn that was fucking pissed me off. Anyway, hope you learn a little bit more about tactical drills. Oh yes, baby! 300 hours! Fuck yeah! So, basically, I have 600 hours of GTA 5. I am trying to outthrow myself. I have 300 hours in Call of Duty, which obviously that's bullshit. So, we are now tied with Call of Duty for hours played. Claps to that. This game is better than Call of Duty, chat. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Arma Forger, or the whole Arma franchise, is better than Call of Duty. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you did, if you learned a few tactical skills, obviously, who am I to be spurting out tactical skills? I have I have no tactical background experience. I am just a dipshit gamer. I am just blaring out shit I learned from fucking movies and shit, and mostly common sense. Attacking points is common sense, you know. You can keep your wits about you, blah blah blah, jack shit like that. But yeah, nah, I have 300 hours in this game. I know a thing or two about this game, huh? So yes, if you want to take notes, feel free. I've 200 hours, bro. I got this game like September. September last year, I got this game. How? Actually, no, genuinely. 300 hours. When did I get it? No way, September last year. Nah, when did I join the Discord server? Come on. God, I thought it was going to open in main screen. ASAP. This is the first server I joined, ASAP server. Obviously, the best server known to mankind. What does it say? October the 5th. 5th of October, 2025 is when I started playing Arma. So, 5th of October to today, 302 hours. That's not bad. That's really good. That's fucking terrible. That means I've only been playing this game and this game only since anyway, doesn't matter. You can see I have around 50 hours in Ready or Not, 60 hours in Ready or Not, 22 hours in Arc Raiders. Hitman, I have 51 hours in. I'm trying to think of other tactical shooters that count towards tac skills. 53 hours in Counter-Strike. Needs an update. Obviously, as I've said, 300 hours in Call of Duty and 600 hours in GTA 5. I know a thing or two about gunplay. I think I also have like 60 hours in Pavlov VR. Obviously, that's on my Quest, so I can't back that up. I don't know how to see playtime on Quest. However, I do believe I have a lot of that on Quest. But yeah, I have the experience. I have the know-how. I have a rough tactical skill. I fucking watched John Wick. And Fast and Furious. Obviously, Fast and Furious guns. Fast and Furious is just jack shit. That's what I say. Also, my uncle did a little work for Fast and Furious stuff. But yeah, nah, who am I to split out tactical knowledge when I have over a combined playtime of thousands of hours in tactical shooter games? Like, yeah, fuck it. I know a thing or two about tactical shooters. So if this video was a little helpful getting better Armor Forger, I think I only died like 2 times during that whole thing. 3. It was 3. But yeah, nah. Definitely, I'm gonna hopefully edit this into a video and make it a little tactical shooter training 101. Blah blah blah. I'll mix in a little bit of Ready or Not in there because Ready or Not's popular as well. Ready or Not seems surprisingly popular. However, I do feel like the gunplay is off. It feels too slow. It's kind of, yeah, it's too slow. Arma Forger has probably the best gunplay I've ever seen. However, the reloads are a little bit janky. And that, yeah. Although they are changing the movement system, so it could be getting better. I don't know. The recoil in Arma Forger is a little bit exaggerated. Obviously, it depends which server you're on, because mods do cut it down a bit. I do believe on ASAP's server, the recoil is spot on. Bob on to real life. But yeah. What else? Yeah, Ready or Not, it's just kind of the noise is there. The noise in Ready or Not, the gun noise is there. You don't get the bullets wishing past your head. However, although that is a good mod for Armor Forger, there is bullet noises in Armor Forger, and then Arc Raiders is it's not really realistic. I wouldn't say it's realistic. How many hours do I have in that? 22. Aw, bruh. I literally only bought Arc Raiders because I thought it was cool, like drones and mechs and that shit. But then it's your average extraction shooter getting killed off rip or people camping the extraction zone. I don't like extraction shooters. Hot take. They're fucking ass. That's the only reason I'm not playing Tarkov. Because I would have loved Tarkov. I would love Tarkov. But it's an extraction shooter. I'm pretty sure it is, anyway. You go onto a map, you leave the map, you... guns and shit. Tarkov is an extraction shooter, like, by nature. And extraction shooters, by nature, people want to be the sweatiest of sweats and kill you off rip. That's why I'm also not playing. I only have 54 minutes in Delta Force and 3 hours in Lost Light. I don't know how I got 3 hours, but sure. Aim Labs. Oh, body cam. I only have 7 hours for some reason. I feel like I play more body cam. However, this one is the recoil exaggerated. The noises are spot fucking on. Death, health-wise, spot on. You get hit once, you're fucking dead, bro. I'm pretty sure if you, graphics of body cam mixed with the gameplay of, the gunplay of modded Armor Forger, mixed with the style, the maps of Armor Forger, and the, strategies of Ready or Not, you've got the best game right there. Obviously, you can say that with every game. If you mix the driving aspects of driving aspects of Assetto Corsa with the graphics of GTA 6, the map of GTA 6, physics of BeamNG, and gunplay of Armor Forger, you've got the best fucking video game out there. But that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. There's never gonna be a game which is literally just an open map where you have the most realistic physics-based guns, the most realistic physics-based vehicles, and you can do whatever the fuck you want. You're never gonna get that. You're never gonna get that. That's never gonna happen. However, it might happen. It might well happen. GTA 6, we don't know about the crash physics in GTA 6. However, the drifting in GTA 6 look really cool. But if the crash physics in GTA 6 are like GTA 5, I'm gonna piss myself because that is dog shit. However, if they are similar, like they resemble BeamNG Crash Physics, that would be kind of cool. Like they crumple a little bit and stuff. Because GTA 5 Crash Physics, you just lose bodywork. The vehicle dents in a bit. It's mostly dents and stuff in GTA 5. What you get for vehicles, you don't get full on explosion. Like collapsing, crumpling. Where's BeamNG? BeamNG Drive. Here we go. I'm trying to find a crash pic. Probably on the store page. There we go. You don't get this kind of realistic structural crash damage type stuff. In BeamNG in GTA 5. However, if we did have something similar to this in GTA 6, that would be kind of cool. What's this? We'll watch this for a little bit. Does it show explosions? Oh, it does a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this is a little. If we had this driving physics in this driving physics and this crash physics in the motherfucking if we had this shit in GTA 5, GTA 6, that would be dope. Anyway, that's it. That's it for me. I'm fucking done yapping, bro. God damn.